The Chicago Way. If you don't know what that is, let me show you a scene from The Untouchables.
You said you wanted to know how to get Capone. Do you really want to get him? You see what I'm saying? What are you prepared to do?
Everything within the law.
And then what are you prepared to do? If you open the ball on these people, Mr. Nash, you must be prepared to go all the way. Because they won't give up the fight until one of you is dead.
I want to get Capone. I don't know how to get him.
You want to get Capone? Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way. That's how you get Capone.
That's the Chicago. Now we have it in Washington.
That's the Washington one.
Rahm Emanuel, Barack Obama. Two lovers sitting in a tree. B-E-A-T-I-N-G. What is it that Barack Obama promised on the campaign trail? Oh yeah, I remember. A new kind of politics. Well, America didn't think the new politics would be even worse than the old politics, but here's what the new politics is. You don't agree with the administration? Well, I tell you what, you know what I'm saying? You want to stand in the way of reform? No longer is it a gentleman's disagreement that can be debated. No. You're going to play ball, or you're going to get a beat down. Some of the people that found out just this week, Chamber of Commerce, they found out firsthand. White House didn't seem to have a problem with the Chamber of Commerce. Oh, no. When they were on board for the bailouts, the takeover of GM, and of course the stimulus package, I think you want to play ball, you know what I'm saying? Obama even whispered sweet, I love small businesses in their ear.
Over the past decade and a half, America's small businesses have created 65% of all new jobs in the country. And more than half of all Americans working in the private sector are either employed by a small business or own one. More than half. So these companies are the engine of job growth in America. They fuel our prosperity.
Yeah.
And that's why they have to be at the forefront of our recovery.
They're the engine of our prosperity. Why are we giving all the money to the tailpipe of our prosperity? America can't live without them. He loves them. He loves the Chamber, who represents 3 million businesses. 95% are small businesses. But when the Chamber comes out against a disastrous climate change cap and trade bill, and then they had the unmitigated gall to, you coming out against universal health care. You know what I'm saying here, huh? Well, the president got out his bat.
They're very good at this, because that's how business has been done in Washington for a very long time. In fact, over the last 10 years, the Chamber alone spent nearly $500 million on lobbying. $500 million.
Wow. I thought he loved small businesses. Well, he does, until they stop playing for the team. You know what once was the open door for ideas with the president and the Chamber of Commerce? Well, it's turned now into a White House battle with big evil power with millions of dollars to keep their expensive health care. Oh, yeah. Oh, that Chamber, they've got money, and money is bad. But who needs the Chamber anyway? I mean, what do they know about health care reform? We should talk to doctors. They know what's best to do on health care, don't they? They're on the front lines every day, and the president loves and respects our doctors, or I should say, used to. I mean, well, he likes some of them, and he doesn't like, the American Medical Association came out and said it wouldn't support a government-run plan, and then things got a little dicey for, I mean, how does he feel about doctors? I'm trying to remember.
You come in and you've got a bad sore throat, or your child has a bad sore throat, or has repeated sore throats. The doctor may look at the reimbursement system and say to himself, you know what, I make a lot more money if I take this kid's tonsils out. If that same diabetic ends up getting their foot amputated, that's $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Immediately, the surgeon is reimbursed.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Ripping tonsils out of little kids. Little Bobby's got no tonsils, and little Freddy's got no feet now, eh? Sounds like somebody ain't playing for the team. Oh, by the way, everybody who agrees with us, join us for this photo op, will you?
I am thrilled to have all of you here today, and you look very spiffy in your coats.
So how about Humana? Oh yeah, the Humana Corporation, who had the goal to send out a mailing to seniors that talked about $500 billion Medicare and Medicaid cuts in the Baucus version of the health care bill. Well, were they suggesting that would lead to service cuts? What a crazy concept that is. No way a government-run health care could lead to service cuts. You know, okay, sure it is in Massachusetts, but yeah, you ignore all that, okay? You know what I'm saying? You're in the way of reform here. You want me to use this here on you, huh? And wipe that puss off your face. Time for the Health and Human Service Secretary now to pick up the bat and investigate Humana for trying to scare seniors. Wow. I thought that was just having an opinion. That's what we used to call it, a difference of opinion. But let me boil it down. In the beginning of our country, we used to call it freedom of speech. Now we call it time for me to use the baseball bat. How about the insurance companies? When they were working for reform, oh, everything was great, everything was peachy.
In recent months, we've heard every side of every argument from both sides of the aisle, and rightly so. Health insurance reform is a complex and critical issue that deserves a vigorous national debate, and we've had one. The approach that is emerging includes the best ideas from Republicans and Democrats, and people across the political spectrum. In fact, what's remarkable is not that we've had a spirited debate about health insurance reform, but the unprecedented consensus that has come together behind it.
Did I just slip through a wormhole? I mean, I feel like I'm in a parallel universe. What did he just say? Unanimous consent and the Republicans were in on it? Really? Yeah, an insurance company, and then they decided to go and change their mind and screw it all up. When America's health insurance plans came out and said the current plans would in some ways make things worse, so that's not a good idea.
Whenever we have tried to reform the system, the insurance companies have done everything in their considerable power to stop us.
Yeah. Oh, they are a powerful enemy. Oh, they're out to do nothing but stop reform. Why would they want to stop reform? According to the president, insurance companies, you'll never guess, they're only going to stop reform because they're only thinking about one thing. Guess what it is?
What I will not abide are those who would bend the truth or break it to score political points and stop our progress as a country. And what we all must oppose are the same old cynical Washington games that have been played for decades, even as our problems have grown and our challenges have mounted.
Right, right. What a greedy bunch of profiteers, huh? They ain't being truthful to you, huh? Time for the bat. I got 'em. This time Obama threatened to strip the insurance industry of its long-standing exemption from the federal antitrust lawsuits. That just happened this week. That means that they now control the prices of everything. They can run them out of business. Yeah, that happened this week. Did you know that? All right, is anybody else noticing a pattern here? If you agree with this administration, well, my goodness, that's great. You know, if you don't, maybe it's time for the baseball bat. Maybe we need to try to shut you down, eh? We've been seeing this at Fox News all this week. See, at Fox News, I believe he said at one point that we were all part of a vigorous debate.
I think it's fair to say that I don't always get my most favorable coverage on Fox, but I think that's part of how democracy is supposed to work. You know, we're not supposed to all be in lockstep here.
Yeah, that's right. That's how democracy is supposed to work. We love democracy. I mean, it's the best. Unless, of course, democracy is getting in the way of reform, eh? And then you're going to hear from my buddy over here. Don't make me call Rahm Emanuel. Don't make me do it. I'll do it.
The way to look at it and the way the president looks at it and we look at it is it's not a news organization so much as it has a perspective.
They're not really a news station. If you watch even, it's not just their commentators, but a lot of their news programming, it's really not news. It's pushing a point of view.
Forget about that democracy stuff, huh? Just kidding about that. And was he saying that if everybody's going to be lockstep? I didn't mean lockstep. I mean goose step. Fox is no longer a news organization. And, by the way, later in that same interview with Rahm Emanuel, he said, and, you know, by the way, all the other news organizations, listen up. We're not going to treat Fox News like a journalist organization, a news organization, and don't recommend that you felt this bad. Yeah, don't recommend that you do that either. You know what I'm saying? As if that wasn't bad enough, the White House took it a step further. Tried the heavy-handed tactic of excluding Fox News from the press pool yesterday. Wow. That was a shocking move. I believe unprecedented. It prompted a reaction from the press that had me even standing up and going, what did they just say?